Okay, interior tour. Nothing too special up here, just a gross 90s Ford dashboard. Gotta love them. These are Toyota Sienna seats out of a 17 Sienna. They're super comfy. This one reclines. This isn't a swivel seat base, it's just bolted in backwards. You can turn it around, it takes 5-10 minutes. But the seat belt is part of the seat, so you can actually have a passenger buckled up with the seat backwards. I usually find it kind of annoying. This seat doesn't move. It doesn't have sliders. I couldn't find a pre-made bracket to swap these seats. They used to make them, but I guess they don't anymore. So it's just a fixed bracket. You can drill new holes in it and move it if you really want to. There's not a ton of clearance to move it back any further. So if you're more than, let's say, 6'1", 6'2", you're probably not gonna like it. You could put the regular Ford seats back in with the factory seat bases and sliders and whatnot. Here's a little power center. Solar charge controller, inverter, battery switch, fuse panel for all the different things. We got the fan, main lights, refrigerator, water pump, diesel heater, colored lights, and then there's a couple extra circuits that just go to the other side that aren't hooked up to anything yet, but you could, add other stuff. This little box can fit in here. Everything has these little clasps with the finger holes. Big deep sink. It's nice to have because you can just throw everything in the sink when you want to drive and it's not sliding all over the place and falling on the floor. Hanging locker. Good place for shoes or firewood. I use this as a step. There's no like ladder or anything, so I just set that on the ground outside, and I usually keep firewood in it. It's the 110 breaker. This links the house batteries to the engine batteries, so you can charge the starter batteries with the solar panels if you want, or you can charge the house batteries with the alternator. Most of the time I leave it off, but the sun hasn't been out in a while, so I'm trying to charge the batteries back up. Dimmer switch here. Water tanks under here. water pump, gray water tank. That goes to the propane tank, stove. This is how you close off the freshwater tank. So if you want to fill it, you'd open it, then you fill it, close it off again. I did that so that if you're, you know, way off camber, it's not going to dump all the water out. Sink drains into the gray water. Obviously, you can open it or close it for the same reason. And then back here, that valve dumps the gray water tank. I usually just keep it open, so the sink essentially just drains on the ground. But if you were like, you know, in someone's driveway or on a city street, you can close that off and then it won't drain on the ground. Refrigerator. More storage. Dark in here. This goes into the back. Lots of storage back there. There's also a little hatch right here that goes into a storage area. Nice cubby here for all your bedding and stuff. That's what I usually put in there. The outlet for the heat. There's another one that blows onto the floor, right under the sink. It's a remote for the lights. Okay, so the bed. Hold on a second, I gotta put the camera down. So that pulls out. You can pull it out to just here and do kind of like a single bed and still be able to use the table. Yeah, that it's a little smaller than a queen. It's like 54 by 79, I want to say. So yeah, I mean, if you're 6 foot tall or more, you'll be fine. 2 people can sleep here easily. This is the controls for the diesel heater. As you can see, I haven't finished the trim. I have all of the trim pieces already finished. I just haven't put them up. All the miters, the angles are super confusing, and I just kind of gave up. I was also thinking of pulling the ceiling panels down and painting them white.